Welcome, Cyber Beauties. I'm going to do a tutorial using Where the Night Is from Colourpop. That was Kathleen Light's collaboration. And I'm priming my lids with a 24-hour base extended primer from MAC. And excuse me that I'm talking throughout this whole video. I was trying to get ready with me, but that was a complete mess. So I just started editing so that you can see the tutorial and you'll see this. So I'm using a transition shade. I'm using Peaches and Creme from Makeup Geek, so I can do a transition shade. And then I'm also using a Morphe E27. So now I'm getting the E27 and using Porter on the crease. Now you'll see me switch from the E27 to the Masterclass Oval 3 to put on the Colourpop shadows. The thing is, I've always had trouble putting on the Colourpop shadows because I love the intensity of the color of the shadow. So as you can see there, I got the Oval 3 and I put it more on the crease, and it looked like I would put it on with my finger. But I also noticed that in the camera, it looked a lot more darker than it did as I was applying it. So while I was trying to do the chit chat, get ready with me, it was saying like, see, it doesn't show the same. So I went back with the E27 to diffuse it because I did the diffusing first and then the Oval 3. But then I saw that it was too intense, so I left it alone. But I really love Where the Night Is. The texture feels so much softer. I like touched her Where the Light Is and Where the Night Is. This one's moussier. I don't know if they changed the formula a little bit, but it's really, really good. So I'm diffusing it, or blending, I should say. Blending! So blend, like I always say, until your fingers bleed. So then I get the Oval 3. I cleaned it off to use Winnie in the lid, and it wasn't doing it for me. So I got and put it on my finger, so I can really pack the intensity of the color Winnie. It's like a rose gold, very, very buttery. It's beautiful, and with Porter right on top, it's just a beautiful color. I should have just done Porter and Winnie, but I wanted to use the whole palette. So the only thing I don't like about putting it in my fingers is that I have really big fingers, so they go all over the place. So I'm glad I didn't do my face yet. So once I'm done with my eyes, I will go in with a makeup wipe to clean it all off. Because you can see now Winnie's all over my crease and my under eyes and everything. So now with the E36, I use Midnight and to darken up the outer V of my look. And surprisingly, because usually Colourpop don't work with me with brushes this well, usually they're very lightly pigmented. This was actually pretty pigmented. I didn't want to be that dark either. I'm using it with E36 and packing it on the outer V for some smokiness. Now, throughout this whole video when I was trying to film, I was debating whether to use Telepathy or not. And I ended up using it as the inner corner highlight. But I got inspired the other day. So look out for the next tutorial using just Midnight and Telepathy. Okay. So now I get the makeup wipe and wipe out all the fallout from the Colourpop shadows. They usually don't have fallout, but that's not fallout. It's from my finger when I was placing Winnie on my lid. So then I also used the makeup wipe to like kind of wing out my look. And then I used the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm and Sensitive. as a primer. Nikki Tutorial raves about this, and once I saw her use it, I was like, I have to get this because her makeup is always so flawless. So you'll see me talking through that, and I'm just basically saying like Nikki Tutorial is what she's talking about. Then I'm getting my Makeup Forever HD foundation in 173 equals Y445. Disclaimer right now. I was editing this and I noticed that I never blended my foundation on my neck. So I totally apologize for that. But I wanted to put this video up so you can see that we're humans here in YouTube and we do make mistakes. So I'm using the Masterclass Oval 6 brush. These are I think he was like a vice president of MAC. He made these brushes and he retired from MAC and decided to open up his own company called RT's Brush. So I have the first three that he ever made, which was the Masterclass from MAC, which is the Oval 6, the Oval 3, and the Linear 1. So the Oval 6 is good for foundation, contouring, and concealer. So it's a really good brush, and I used very little foundation, and it covered just as well as I would have used my Morphe M439. Now I'm getting the Makeup Forever concealers, the new ones, and I'm using the R32 with the Oval 3, and I'm cleaning it with my makeup remover cloth, and then I'm putting, I put too much on one side and then spreading it to the other side, and then dabbing it to spread it. Now with these brushes, you have to wipe. That's what the instructions say, the YouTube videos and everything. And it does spread the product very evenly. You're not wiping any product off. It stays on the brush enough to do its job. And it does get into those little creases that you can't get into with the Beauty Blender as much as I would like it to. Because I get dark circles in the inner part of my eye. So it's a really, really good brush. So, and the concealer is amazing. My favorite concealer before was the Urban Decay Weightless Concealer. And then before that was the Pro Longwear Concealer from MAC. I still have all three, or all two, and then this is my third. So, and I've used NARS. I love NARS too, but it creased too much on me. I thought this was going to crease, but it didn't. If anything, every time I use this concealer, people think I look younger, which is amazing for me. Okay, so now after I did the R31, which is the corrector concealer, I'm going to go in with the Y30, I think it's 33, to highlight the concealment that I just did. And so I go in and put in a little bit, because a little of this product goes a long way. And especially with this brush, they're so packily dense, so many hairs on that brush, that it never seeps into the brush. It stays on top of the brush. So that's why little goes a long way with these brushes, because you can really save on product from using these brushes. So I'm starting to highlight. Now I do love using my Beauty Blender for concealers, but when they told me that this helps it spread really nicely and everything, I decided to use it for this tutorial. I really do like the brush. I'm waiting for my Oval 8 in the mail from the Elite Smoky collection. And then I try to spread the concealer to the inner corner of my nose because I get a lot of redness there from my hormones. Because I am a little old lady. People don't think I'm old. I'm 33, people. So, for me, that's old. I know they're saying 30's the new 20s. But for me, no. So then I get the Oval 6 and I get the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder to set the concealer. And that powder is a miracle worker. It does not do any flashback. I've noticed that since I've switched from the Makeup Forever to this, very little flashback I get from the photography. So I love the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And with this brush, you can bake. Surprisingly enough, you can. But I just decided just to place the product on and spread it evenly. Okay, so now I'm going to get the Laura Mercier translucent powder with my GO gunmetal brush to put it all over my face. I love Jaclyn Hill, so I watch her videos and she says if you put this powder all over your face, it helps glide the bronzer, the contour, and the highlight. And she's right, it does. I don't see any more patching on my makeup since I do that. So now I get Sun Power bronzer from MAC and the M437 brush. I'll link everything down below. And I bronze my face with this brush. I love this brush because the other brush I used to use put too much product on my face and I look like an Oompa Loompa. Because Sun Power is very bronzy, very orange. But I tried Gimme Sun and it doesn't bronze me as much as this. So I love Sun Power. And it is a mineral bronzer. So with this brush, it's like the white hairs don't pick up as much. So it just puts on enough product. So you'll see me go over and over until I get the bronzing that I like. Because I'm also trying to use it to put in a base for contouring. But I will go in with Kat Von D's Shade and Light contour palette to chisel out my contour. So then I get Shadow Play and the darkest color on the palette. And I mix them to sharpen that contour out. Sorry. And then I'm using the Makeup Geek rounded blush brush. I have the Kat Von D contour brush, but it was dirt. I think it was being washed, so it's still wet. So that's why I used that one. But I love the Kat Von D brush, as well as this one, because I want it precise. I like it to be very chiseled out, not just placed on. Now I'm trying to cut the fat underneath my neck. Then I get my E4, my favorite blush brush, and I am using the Tarte Bling On palette, and I think I'm using the third, I think it's the middle color of the palette. Again, I'll put it down below. Sorry, my phone just went off. So now I sprayed Max Fix Plus on my M501, and I'm using Champagne Pop from Jaclyn Hill, collaboration with Becca Cosmetics. And this really blings when you wet your brush. So it makes the champagne pop really pop. And I love me highlighting. I love highlighting. I have dry skin. I wish sometimes I would have a little bit of oily skin so I can have a natural shine, but I don't. So I need some highlight to make myself look shiny. And then I put it on my nose. And then I put it on my Cupid's bow. And now I'm going in with Shadow Play again because I forgot to snatch my nose. Now I'm snatching the nose using the same rounded blush brush from Makeup Geek. And I go in until I like the way I'm, what's the word, snatched. This is the best plastic surgery, people. The cheapest one too. So I'm going back in with the highlight, making sure I didn't lose any. Then I'm going in with Colourpop Swerve eyeliner to do my waterline. This is the best black eyeliner I've ever used. For it being, I believe, only $5, it is really, really good. I think it's 5 or 6. I'm not sure. think the liners are 5 and the gel pots are 6. And every time I do my waterline, it makes me very sensitive to feel like I have to cry. So that's what I was saying. Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Okay, so now I get my 18 brush and I smudge out the waterline. I usually like to smoke out the liner first before I put any product down. And then I went in with Porter to smoke it out after I smoked out the black. And then I put a little bit of Winnie in the middle to give it a little bit of sparkle, but it didn't show as much as I wanted it to. And so then I got Telepathy to put in my waterline. So right now I'm putting Winnie right there, right next to Porter. And now I'm getting Telepathy and putting in my inner quarter highlight. I had to build up the color I wanted. I wanted the yellow to pop a little bit, but it didn't come out like it did, to look like it was like a gold instead of the yellow. Something there in my eye. I'm trying to get it out. I'm really trying to build that Telepathy color. I really wanted it to look like the yellow on my shirt, but it didn't look like it was building up as I wanted it. So now I got my Anastasia brow pen brush to comb out my brows. And I'm using the Kat Von D Tattoo Brow Liner. This is in dark brown. And so I literally just draw little tiny fine hairs to cover up the little baldnesses that I have. I like my brows to look like they're my hair, not dramatic at all. And then I set my eyebrows with Anastasia Clear Gel Setting Brow Mascara, and it holds them together and it lasts all day. Now, I am new to YouTube, so you might see me forget to put some things on. Please leave comments down below and let me know what I've forgotten or whatever, because sometimes I'm like, oops, I forgot to do this, I forgot to do that. I'll do my whole entire makeup and take pictures and forget that I forgot to put mascara on. So, I love lashes as well, but sometimes my looks don't need lashes, so I'll forget those too. So, now I'm using Kat Von D Tattoo Ink Liner in Trooper to do my wing liner. I love Kat Von D Trooper. I have like, I think this is like my 3rd one I bought. And I have the anniversary one that I'm like, I don't even want to open the box because it's so beautiful. And my eyes, one is higher than the other. So when I do wing liner, one looks more straight and the other one looks more winged. So I'm trying to fix that, people. But every time I try to fix my liner, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So I just look at it. If it looks somewhat even, what they say, as long as they look like cousins, distant, not too distant cousins, not identical sisters, we're good. So I usually just flatten out the tip of the liner to make the straight line, tight line by the lashes. And then I wing it out very carefully and then connect. So now I get my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara in Original. I love this drugstore mascara. The only other one that I think matches this one would be the Roller Lash from Benefit. I do love me some Tarte and also Urban Decay, but this is by far my favorite mascara. I think I have like 2 backups of this and the Carbon Black. But I don't see a big difference with the Carbon Black, so I'll stick with my original. So I'm doing some mascara, and I'm going to put some falsies, and I'm going to use Adriana with some dual glue, and I always use a lash applicator to put mine on. I tried the tweezers, and it really hurts me. So this is like the perfect applicator, I think. And I also use my fingers too, so. But I use that to apply it, and then once I get them to a certain point, then I start using my nails to really get them really close to the lash line. I like to wear false lashes that look like they're mine, not super dramatic. The only time I wear very va-va-voom lashes is probably like New Year's Eve or my birthday. Now, a lot of people always ask, like, why do you put glue and then, like, blow on them? Doesn't that defeat the purpose? No. I think if you put it on right away when it's wet, it takes forever to dry and so they don't move. So you want it for the glue to be a little tacky, so when you put them on, they stay. And very little glue goes a long way. So once I apply my lashes, I get the applicator and squeeze my real lashes to the fake ones to make sure that they're looking like unison, because my lashes don't curl like the fake ones. So I want to make sure that they're all together, because if not, it will look like I have straight lashes and curl lashes and people will be like, you have fake lashes on. I want my lashes to look like mine. So I get the same telescopic mascara. Now I do my lower lash line just to define the little hairs that I have. Don't you love our faces that we make when we put on our makeup? So now I'm getting Colourpop Aquarius. This is all the Kathleen Light's collaboration that just came out. Doing the nude one, which is the Aquarius one, and this is super nude on me. It looks like the color of my lips, if not lighter. I think it's a gorgeous creamy color. So I put on the lippie stick and the lippie pen, the lippie stick and the lippie pencil. But then I noticed it's like too nude for me. I don't like it that nude. My nudes are more like a pinky undertone. So I went in with Kat Von D Double Dare to give it a little bit of a pinky peachy color. And that should be the finished look, my friends. And thank you for watching, and I hope to see you very soon with the next video. Bye. Welcome to you.